All right, welcome in. We've got xPankraz versus RydiaCaller here on this unofficial restream. We should be getting going in about a minute or 2 minutes. Hopefully audio is okay. Not, let me know. That should be better, I hope. But we've got 2 Baron objectives, 3 Moon objectives, and then Mist and Super Cannon. No game audio. Okay. Then I know what is probably the problem there. Huzzah. Yeah, we should be getting off pretty soon now. Looks like indeed there is them going. We'll start that timer. Our unofficial timer. We've got Rosa, we've got Rydia, and we've got guards handing us Dragoon armor. That's real useful. And we are, for the purposes of watching this, making it pretend like they're going off at exactly the same time. At least darn close to it. With these two, I am hunting for heroine robes, and that's going to be Evelyn Castle for both runners. Yeah, hopefully this should be a good race, and you know the VOD's going to be there for you whenever you have time, Scythe. We run into 1 monsters, we get a cure. Poison X would be nice if we find some dude to hold it. That's 2 monsters that we found so far. Team Right Tower's looking real good. Yep, all 3 monsters found before anyone sets foot in the right tower. Go to the right tower. It's the right place to be. That Stardust Rod's real nice that RydiaCaller just picked up there. Definitely worth going back for. Like seeing a rune knife, or the rune armband and the assassin dagger that Pankraz has picked up. Charm Rod's not bad, but won't be as useful as that Stardust Rod. But I think I didn't see a heron robe, but Pankraz picked up stuff a little bit too fast for me too. And kind of want to be done out of here at about 3 minutes-ish. I bet both runners feeling a little bit like, okay, we gotta not run into any more boxes. Here, real scene. Pick up the stuff and go. Yeah, Odin Summon's okay. You don't hate it, but it's not the favorite thing in the world. Both runners with that Stardust Rod, Rydia will need a couple of levels and then she'll be fine. Be able to use that to get through some of the first bosses in the game. Be interested to see if anybody goes and hunts for more stuff. Or if you're just gonna say, cool, we got it, we're good. xPankraz is good. RydiaCaller seems to be going for a little more. At least to sell some things. Yeah, I do like starting with that assassin dagger in Rydia's hands. He goes into the back row. Rosa goes from the back row. Starveil's found here in Troya. And we get Edward. That's not so useful, but we're happy to get experience for Rydia. We don't have a dancing dagger for him. We do get a quick equipment swap, and here's 6,800 points of damage. That doesn't happen because punch. A missile's in the weapon shop here in Troya. Guy Hat's not bad. Antlion knows who the real terror is. Finally, a miss. Yeah, getting a sloth is real nice. Slow that line down at all. But this should kill. xPankraz doing both some running during that animation as well as pausing. The running pretty much always is going to help you get a little bit faster. It's not much, and it's going to... The laggier a fight is, the more you'll get. Running is not entirely useful as a human, although possibly xPankraz is sufficiently good at things to know when you can save the couple of frames from the pause. It is like a pass strat in order to save some frames, and as Accident mentioned in the Free Enterprise Discord earlier today, that it also changes battle RNG. But it's not so much for the for saving time. Pausing does not play the sound, so that's something, but it doesn't actually save you any processing time. Both runners and Antlion. We get a gauntlet. That's exciting. We're very happy for Rydia. xPankraz is taking good advantage of the fairly long animation for Stardust. Do some menuing, moving stuff he doesn't want to the bottom. He is incredibly fast at getting down into some of these sections. And I know he has a very good memory for where stuff is, too. Rydia just lives with 1 HP on RydiaCaller's side. Perfect. Yeah, we did get one siren from the starting kit. That's something to remember for later. Also, xPankraz helped out by the party order. Rydia is in slot 4, Rosa's in slot 5. They are close enough in relative agility that their turns are popping. Rydia's turn is popping as soon as it possibly could. And so xPankraz is not having to move from Rosa to Rydia. Rydia, its first action, he's using run buffers in order to also make sure that the enemy does not have any get any turns. So he had a very fast, like RydiaCaller went in there first and Pankraz is out first. Just some of the little things you can do as a runner. You always kind of want to be thinking about who you want to go first and how can you manipulate it so that they're doing so. Who's the best person to be going early on your team? Some pretty important stuff, but we get a hook, so we're going to go to Evelyn. We might as well raise that hovercraft. Not a bad time to see if we can get a character who can wield some melee weapons. Be pretty sweet. We don't have exit, so it's a pretty good walk, but we do have warp, so it's a little bit lessened. Pankraz making a save there. You just check for demon. Meanwhile, RydiaCaller is headed to Hobbs. Hey, it's a demist. This is probably a reset and come back in a short bit. It's good to know it's here. It's not a great fight for you right now, although it looks like Pankraz is going to go for it. The main issue with this fight is just how fast this fight is. But, yeah, very doable. RydiaCaller electing to attack with Edward. Prefer to see him not attacking overall. Just because you're going to eat those counters, there's no reason for him. He's not doing enough damage to make a difference. And also, Rosa really ought to be out of the middle if you're planning to aim with her. Actually, will very likely lose damage overall, since the aim in the middle will overflow. So you actually lose accuracy. Aim sets it to the max, and then the center slot adds some more. So it kind of whoopsies, and you get less accuracy than you should. And from Demist, we get a rune ring. Hooray. I mean, while Octomam seems like they is attacking Fabul, but that is a quickly done defense. We get more levels on people who matter. Sorry, Edward. One of the premier items in this flag set, the Thunderclaw, shows up, and we get a couple of just arrows. Yang is pretty solid in this flag set, one of his better ones. That is a heroin rope for RydiaCaller, though. That is very pleasant. Can help Rosa in the changing room. Could help Rydia just go a lot faster, which is going to be important. But some really great agility manipulation for RydiaCaller, and assuming Pankraz will be doing pretty soon. Hello, it's an Evo Wall and another Rydia. We're not taking any of that. On Pankraz's side, we're gonna go somewhere else. Looks like we're going to bring the hovercraft to the Fabul countryside. Maybe there's some sand dudes there. And then do his own defense. silk webs. I think RydiaCaller also bought some of them. I know she saw them. And RydiaCaller heading to Ordeals. I'm not going to be too worried about missing that demist since it only gave a rune ring. We've already had the opportunity to get one. They're nice to have multiple of, but very not essential. And I wouldn't be surprised to see xPankraz equip Rydia with that Heron robe early, especially through the first two fights here. With Archer and Mute is okay, but without Berserk, it's not really that strong of an attacker. Octomam gonna knock a Bard out. Mom shouldn't be too bad here. I don't think the explode is for that much at this location. Can be real nasty at the second spot. And isn't great here. Like, Rydia at 197 is not that many hit points. So there could be some issues. Yeah, Heron Robe immediately on Rydia for xPankraz. He knows where his damage is coming from so far. Once Rosa gets Zerk, then it possibly changes. Because at some point you want Rosa going first. Handing out Zerks to people, herself, someone else. Many options. See the hovercraft getting dropped off, and we'll be got onto. We're gonna check for some characters and maybe a little shopping. T-Pro weapon shop looking for ogre axes. That ninja hat's real sweet out of that box though. Of the +3 agility, some really good defense. Hey, there's a Thunderclaw. Yep. And Rydia does survive the explode from Mom Bomb and then does all the cleanup work. Those illusions are nice to see and know where they're at. It could be important for MacGiant grind or other things if cover sensitive isn't available. Do pick up a Anna, and there's Ogre and Dwarf axes. Pick up the Dwarf axe for the back row glitch, and we'll see if there's enough, if xPankraz picks up enough boxes to be able to afford that Ogre axe. It does have a poison axe, I believe, already, so it doesn't need. This feels great. Stardust is not going to do that here. And meanwhile, Dark Elf, that's enough. Okay. Rydia's probably fine. Dark Elf here at the back attack is not super great. Piggy gonna mess this team up pretty bad if Rosa gets it. Because he's gonna need the Cure 2s with the weeks coming. Rosa knocked out on xPankraz's side. We'll still get XP because she's the hero. Rydia can survive these 3 punches and get the Stardust off before any other ones come in. This should clear it. I missed the reward there. And Dark Elf is looking for some coinage. Black Shirt, not bad. Going to be a decent defensive when we eventually take the Heron Robe off of Rydia. There's a Dwarf Axe. Could have saved yourself a little money. I also did see that Earth Hammer. Not bad. Love to see the Aegis Shield. Earth Hammer going to be good for machine weakness for Sid and frees up an axe for other people. RydiaCaller is through second find our deals. So we get Yang. I know I've seen a Cat Claw in somebody's inventory. We've seen Poison Claw. We've seen a couple Thunder Claws. Things pretty set up. We do have a Sparkle there at the Ruby spot. Could be Wyvern, could be something else. We don't know. Rosa is 2 levels shy of Zerk on RydiaCaller's side. If Rosa were Quorum, would have Zerk already. We're gonna have to get through this fight. Did see Rosa move to the middle. I hope we don't see aim again. If we do, you know, eventually takes a while to remember. Aim does actually in the center slot hurt you more than it helps you. Okay, well, Eddie is useful, at least for a little while, because we got a spoon, and we got a turtle. That also means that hook rout's required. No, we haven't done Baron in, maybe? Or we done Baron? No, we looked at Baron in and said no. Hook route could still be not required. Ice Air is doing tons of work against Kanato because he does have an ice weakness while the water is down, and he gets a thunder weakness when the water is up. I was probably going to be retracing each other's steps a little bit here with XPankraz. We'll have a fairly straightforward time. This Mom Bomb. Not much doing to talk about right now. Both runners doing the correct thing and waiting until the multi-target shows that it's targeting all of the little bombs before you go ahead and do a Stardust, or if you would have a Quake or anything else queued up that you're trying to wait till the explode happens. You want to make sure that the target shows that it's actually targeting all of the little bombs and not just one. You can't do it as soon as they show up. You need to wait till you see the deeds. XPankraz also picked up a Sorcerer Robe in that Evelyn Cave jaunt, which again will be nice a little bit later when we want to slow it. When Rydia has better things to do than to be super fast. We get a Cat Claw there, Baron. That's pretty cool. Really good counting, knows to sit on Rydia's turn to cast the stop here on the Dark Dragon, who does not have the boss bit. So the Dark Dragon will do one thing and then won't do anything else. And then Elements is boss number 2 here. RydiaCaller hopefully gets those ice arrows back out to hit element second form. Then we transitioned. So ice arrow's not so good here, but thunderclaw would be. And spoon is gonna just. Rydia does not join the party because we have no dupes, but we do get a standard. So continuing the no progression chain, where we just have a hook. We already found D-Mist. We've done everything else. So we've got a hook route. xPankraz has moved to xPankraz, so I'll make sure to mark that as though it was used. That's one dead turtle on both sides. Nice to see tents. A lot of seeds where people don't see any sort of camping gear at all. Should sell a little bit, get some tents. Maybe buy a couple kamikazes. They're really nice for doing some trickery in Agnes. As well as if you're really counting your damage, you can do some normal skips at like Baron or any of the 4FE spots where they are naturally. You kill with a kamikaze, there's no crumble animation, so you save a little bit of time. Get a twin. Exactly the kind of party you want going down a hook route. Rydia and Porum, Edward. Was in Yang not too bad though. Pretty happy with that. RydiaCaller continuing the shopping. Finds thunderclaws there. Yeah. And buys a couple of reducers. Won't find D-Mist here, but we'll see what we do find. It was there and it's gone. I didn't notice it. But that's a sanity reef for Pankraz. Pankraz can pick up his second white mage. And we'll have a full party. Could be what, if any, Evelyn boxes, either castle or down the hook route, are done. We already did do Stelman. Be some Hermes there. Don't hate it. Or Rangers. Yeah, buying 5 Hermes. They are really nice for helping sort out your party order if you're doing when you're in a long fight, especially if you're doing the MacGiant grind that we see so often in these flags. It's really nice for either getting your big hitters to go a little bit faster or making sure that you are cycling through people appropriately so everyone's getting a turn and you're getting any party order stuff. And especially if you don't have a cover Cecil, it's much nicer to have your white mage going faster and to just have everyone going all the time so that you get punched less. That's a pretty important thing there, to be punched less. RydiaCaller is down with her D-Mist. We're finding her very sad rune ring at Rydia's mom soon. It's time for Evelyn Castle, the recastling. We are getting Rydia to go very fast here. Also, probably just proccing stuff with that assassin knife. Ninja hat, heroin robe. Definitely some options there for what we're supposed to do, how to get the fights. Does indeed. It has a chance of not killing the black cats. Yeah, in fact, both of them don't die from it, so we're gonna get at least one bluster. That's the nice version of bluster. That worked out better than expected. And we get a double life glitch off of it too. That is some nice extra levels for Orm. Especially since she'll be getting a slingshot off of the fight. If she lives. That's fine. Form's charmed, arm, and Rosa cleans up. 13k becomes 26 for Form. She gets 11 levels. 1, she has Bursk and Exit. And we get a glass hat, which is going to be very, very nice for the King Queen spot if it's a punchy boss. We are making sure Form is going to stay alive. She gets the glass hat. Got a power stick for her, I guess, because why not? Rosa takes one directly to the face. This is a somewhat dangerous fight when you don't have stop and hourglasses readily at your disposal. But given time, Rydia will do the magic. Might take a little bit of time. There's a good hit from Rydia. Here's one down. We get a life glitch on it. There's another one down. Boys are left out in the cold. No XP for them. But we get Blink. And an item that I have no idea what it was. But that's enough for Pankraz. He's out. Pretty will agree, because the Mad Ogre's not fun. RydiaCaller heading just straight down though. Picks up that silent staff there right before the hook route, and is just headed down. No back road. So too easily there. Gonna have to do a little extra rearranging. Rydia's not back road. Not a whole lot happened in the overworld. We've got a hook. It's a hook route. A white shirt. Thank you, Neptune. I would not say RydiaCaller is ahead by 5 or 10 minutes. Pankraz has done some. Pankraz is maybe like 2 minutes behind walking at best. Pankraz has done 3 trap chests that RydiaCaller has not. I think picked up a defense sword, a white shirt that Neptune Olympus picked up on, and just a whole lot of XP. So Pankraz's forum has levels, I think has blank, whereas RydiaCaller's does not. That is only level 11, Pankraz's is 24 or more. So there should be a pretty notable difference in, I think, time getting through the hook route, unless it's an easy one. We do know that it is a sparkle at the second spot. Pankraz continuing to probably not feel super great about this party, and looking for the quad ogres, I think. That's going to be a ruby, so it won't be too bad. We'd rather have an ice claw than the ice arrows that I know we've got. But this is doable. No, you don't have burst, and you don't want to burst anyway. I would love to have Rosa out of the center slot for RydiaCaller, just to get a little bit more damage, but 1700 is pretty good. Rydia being back row this time is going to have a much better time at this quad ogre fight. Do some work than did last time. Ogopogo is going to be pretty rough for this team if that's what's here. Pankraz with the extra levels will at least have more healing available should it be Ogopogo. Pale Dim won't be too bad. Just be long. D-Lunars, I'm pretty sure RydiaCaller picked up extra Star Veils at some point, I think. So maybe a little bit extra bonus there. Yeah, there's blank on both white mages. And a bandana. Okay, so we got Plague. Pankraz is in a better spot here because I think the Heron robe for RydiaCaller that was picked up in Fabul is on Rosa, and that is not who you want it to be on here in this location. But we do have Kamikaze strats, so it's actually going to work out pretty well. Good job, RydiaCaller, for recognizing the Kamikaze opportunity here to get a nice reflect kill. That fast missing is pretty cool. You don't hate throwing a slow on Plague here. We might not be actually going for reflex shots, which is a shame. Because this is absolutely perfect for it. We get a nice reflective count back onto Plague. Rosa will die, so we won't get any more fast going. We have plenty of opportunities to life people back up. I think this will be an inadvertent reflect kill for RydiaCaller at the end. This Plague should have like 3 more ticks of count. The main thing is RydiaCaller hopefully not flooding the queue too much to force to keep Plague alive artificially. Yeah, get some life potions out, up, and just chill. Just chill a little bit, and then you can swing once, and it'll be over. There we go. Very nicely done. I'm not sure that it was planned that way, but worked out really, really well. And if it was planned, excellent job. And if it wasn't planned, well, we've learned something, hopefully. We'll see how Pankraz chooses to do the fight. Yeah, instant star mail. And we got a nice King Queen Evelyn there as a freebie at the top of the tower. Yeah, having to take a little bit more work to get the to knock one of the party members down. We did get a fast reflected back onto Plague, and Rosa is not super fast for this team. So going to make sure to Silk Web. Plague does need to be RA2 in order for this trick to work. So as long as you're able to Silk Web and keep slow supplies in case any fasts get reflected back, you're just gonna be fine. Here's another slow, we're just making super sure. Probably get this life potion on, let stuff tick down a bit, and then do a punch. RydiaCaller's aggressiveness overall paying out pretty big. Been very nicely here. Not punished on the hook route for with a mean boss at King Queen. Also gets underground early, is able to rack up more experience here at an easy King Queen, and Pankraz didn't get anything super game-changing out of those. And Plague should die soon. There we go. Because you can't see the numbers over Plague's head, and you're not entirely sure what you're doing with you. How you're affecting ATB picks and everything, and how you're keeping Plague alive as you do actions. It's a little spooky as the numbers come back down on you. But both runners through. Like Pankraz will be a little over 2.5 minutes behind. Down the hook route, but with, 3-4 extra boxes? $41.13 there. Yeah. So 2 minutes 40 seconds to Pitfall difference. And we'll see how they route this underground differently. Should be good enough to do Dwarf Castle if you want it. Be half tempted when I see a free boss at the top of the tower to try and get Tower Key pretty soon. Yeah, the extra levels are important, but with this, like, RydiaCaller, as long as Tower Key doesn't pop right away and is important, RydiaCaller gets most of that XP back in this King Queen Evelyn fight. Probably don't like Zerking Rosa here just because it's going to take time. These two will burn themselves out, and you're not going to kill them because they have like 12,000 HP each here or something. It is not time efficient to kill them here, you let them kill them. So they got about 9,000, it looks like, probably. So let's actually get real numbers. Yeah, 9,472. So RydiaCaller burning some time here that Pankraz will almost certainly not give back. Just because all these attacks, all these animations that RydiaCaller is doing didn't change anything because they got to the script. Or was it going to continue just like putting seconds on the clock? It'll be interesting to see when we get like the victory screen. For the key item screen, we'll find a point where they both will get to see what the time difference is between them, the two of them. So like 4320 for the start of the post-battle messages. For RydiaCaller, we get a Twin Harp. That is required. It's an objective. Xpankraz is also pretty unlikely to life anybody up at all. Yeah, so it was what, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to be in Pitfall, and it was 43:20 to get to the post-battle level up messages, and it's gonna be less than a minute between them now. RydiaCaller might have done a couple other things, small things that I missed, but like that's a lot of time back. That's some really important, like, it is hard to find a better example of knowing your boss scripts and how stark it is here. I do sometimes like these cheeky opening boxes in Sylph Cave play. Not sure I entirely love it post-hook route, and I'm not sure if you know what you're really looking for. A Bahamut summon, maybe? But like, if you're going to open a box or two right away, doing that save first is pretty cool, and you can definitely hit some high roll stuff on it. Coffee and Chocos is often one to do them in some flex sets. I'm not sure if he is part of his normal repertoire here in this one. Now, you know, Pankraz heading over to Dwarf Castle. Gonna get a quick save before we actually go in. Dr. Lugay here. Not a bad spot to see him. Lugay himself has... Lugay is about 2,000 in this form, and then Balnab is almost 1,800. About 3,000 in the second form of Lugay. So, not that much to get through. And yeah, this is one where you're actually pretty happy to see everyone do the split, because it just makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, I mean, Gauntlet anywhere is going to be a long time, and Lugay's pretty long here too. Pankraz needs an extra 1,000 or so damage. Eddie supplies that. Good night. Nice line of dialogue. At least very little, if there was any. No, I missed also what it was, but it looks like it's a magma key at RydiaCaller's tracker on their own stream, So we will mark it there. So I forgot to mark Pankraz's harp. I also did miss what summons Rydia got. That would be pretty important. Odin fails here. That must have been one of us. Officer surprisingly resilient. He does get most of the XP, the HP here. I'm clocking in at 2197, so I think the Yang and Eddie combination just missed. There all of them go. There's the full 20,000 XP here at the second spot. And then we're getting a nice check here of Sheila 1 from RydiaCaller while we wait for the hand. The vanilla blue hand. To show us what we're getting here from Dwarfcast. Well, the hand doesn't show us. The hand leads us there. If you stretch the definition of leads you there. That is a rat. And a glass hat. So, Narrowcad, I did some, because I was working on a fork of the base game, I was wanting to get underground access, or moon access via the underground in some form, to be about 2/3 of the time. Did like generated seeds with that, and that pretty much hit that target with the code that I had, but then decided to generate some normal seeds and look at that. And over the course of 40,000 normal seeds, it was like 61% of the time you had to go underground to get your Darkness Crystal. That of course wouldn't be entirely Sheila 1. Sheila 1 is a part of that 60%. I was definitely surprised at how much it at least was through underground and not just available straight out in the overworld. So I'm still tinkering with my ideas of whether I want to adjust that to like maybe 70% as the target number. Because yeah, a quick darkness with like a magma key to Sheila 1 kind of defeats some of the purpose of the wanting a later darkness, forcing darkness more often through underground. Oh, that's K-N safe off. Our normal flags. Yeah, no, it was a like standard possible darkness placement. The one thing I did a little bit differently than normal is because I didn't want to look and examine or write a parser to figure out where D-Mist was and whether it had darkness, what the path was to there. It was key item at Bedward, so which should be more often giving you the chance to get darkness in the overworld. It was still like 61%. I guess I should probably switch some music. FF2, I think. We'll switch back over in anticipation of Pankraz also providing his music at some point. And that's an Earth Crystal. I missed what Rat Tail turn in was. But sure got a quick reset. Yeah, Pankraz definitely being very aggressive with that. I might have kept a Ninja Sword because I don't know how long Eddie would really want on the team. If we find an edge, but definitely Pankraz is one of the people to be like, don't eat it now, don't eat it ever. Love the color palette swap there on Rydia. About an hour in, we've looted a lot. We don't really need that much more stuff. There's a good argument for not doing this treasury. But you can still get some stuff that you're interested in, and you can get stuff for people you don't have yet. So I'm going to kind of depend on who you want in your team going forward and throughout stuff. And, whether or not you're like looking for fishing for tiaras for Rydia or something. Oh, Stardust Rods. Yeah, see, free Ninja Sword there. Leviathan Summon, cool. Juice Gauntlets. Those exist? That's a really good treasury for this team. You would definitely like to see a Palom, probably, with those extra Stardust Rods. An extra Heron Robe is cool. Suit's Gauntlet for Yang is really sweet. Like, that's one of the best treasuries for the team that I've seen in this flag set. And there is Harp Done and Earth Acquired for Pankraz. So did do Synergy. Pankraz generally doing less looting than his opponents. We'll see if he is interested in this treasury. Maybe with a little bit of judicious selling of stuff, could be talked into buying things. Buying in here is not too bad. A lot of stuff must go. There's some extra star bells, but we're not buying them. RydiaCaller knocking Porm out to probably preserve slingshot status. Entirely reasonable. But we do get a treasury check from him as well. One thing that I would encourage runners to think about is when you're doing the treasury, Oh, we're just gonna open it and tease everyone. It's really sweet. But if you're gonna do the treasury, you should be thinking as you're starting it. Am I looking for specific items, or do I just gonna take everything? Because you kind of want to choose so that you can focus on only a couple things, have less to process as you see items, or either just accept that you're gonna take them all and deal with them. Various people have different techniques that I sometimes give them a hard time about as they do treasuries, but you do want to think about, like, what's my inventory status like before I start this? What am I looking for out of this? How early is it to accept everything? And really speed up your treasury openings. Goodbye, Bardo. Goodbye, Bardo. You want to take your stuff. We like edge better. Got a ninja sword form and a full moon to back row him. I think ninja meat's pretty good. I would have kept that. Just Titan here on Pankraz's side, so not having that Leviathan summon is going to do a little less damage with Rydia. And here's why you like Ninja Beat is great. We've got a sword. Be a cool time to, while that wall was going out, you have been mending down to do that, but not too bad. You just want one meat knife. I'm very happy to have a meat knife and almost literally anything longsword or better on him and just leave it like that for quite a while. So we're gonna be dead real fast. Yeah, Pankraz is up a dwarf castle, down this Asura fight effectively, and down looking through the treasury. He will be slightly less interested in this edge, but he does know where Ninja Sword is. So he might go ahead and take him, but nope, gonna stick with the Bard. As one used up Earth Crystal on RydiaCaller's side. There's a Ninja Sword, was the only thing really for edge. Well, there's a Zeus Gauntlet too. But there was a Lunar Staff, I think a Sork Robe, a Heroine Robe, there's a Darkness Crystal. It was a really solid treasury for the party. We already had a Stardust Rod, so we're kind of hoping for Paladin to show up probably as a slingshot. Although this isn't a great, well, RydiaCaller's better set up to do a slingshot on Palm like over Palm. It's not a super great party for it, but not bad. Yeah, Leviathan Orb was really solid. And that's one done. Earth Crystal for Pankraz. We'll get his very required Darkness Crystal soon. We've seen enough Thunderclaws that both Edge and Young can have them. RydiaCaller with the Ninja Sword is pretty happy. Edge with a longsword is a little disappointing, and a MacGiant grind with a Thunderclaw. Yeah, Harp is required in this race, absolutely. But Edge with a Ninja Sword and the Thunderclaw is less disappointing, especially with some extra strength boost. Silver would be hitting for about 3K, I would guess. Yeah, also a very nice twin block on the egg indeed, because edge only hit for 900. Here's life potions. Be interesting to see if anybody decides to look for a character on the dais, or anyone wants to peek at the King Queen or at the Cave Value spot to see if it's something free-ish and easy. We've seen Officer Soldier, we've seen King Queen, so some of the freest and easiest are out. Would not consider Dark Imps free there unless you've got really awesome defenses, which multiple hand robes kinda, sorta. Baron guards are a little bit still brutal, but more dealable because there's one fewer of them pounding at you. We got a little bit of wishing to do here. Now Edward gets replaced. We'll be curious to see if we go and pick up that ninja sword that Pankraz knows is at the rat tail. That's a Kane who doesn't grill me here. He's okay. And Pankraz is absolutely setting up for MacGiant here. He's got a nice set of 5 steps airship to the sea and back to figure out where he is. It's the beach style encounter. That's a reset, whatever number that was. That should be step 20. I don't have the chart pulled up, but that's another reset. That's 10. And RydiaCaller also setting up outside of Baron. We're just going for real ultimate power. Edge not picking up the Pankraz not picking up anything better for Edge than the Assassin Knife. Assassin Knife Thunderclaw is going to be pretty sad damage from Edge. But Young with his power punch and the levels he's got, and Thunderclaw, Catclaw, could be doing some pretty good work. Yeah, we do check. Oh, we just land there because, and then we're gonna go to the giant. The beach tile encounters for everybody. And finds the grind, switches on a Thunderclaw, throws on a Hermes just for extra stuff. Erickson blinks down. Yeah, Edge is just doing nothing here. He's just exists, I think, to throw the spoon. And that's really going to be Edge's entire plot in this seed. Rydia gonna help out a little bit with viruses, 1500, 2000 or so. Definitely expecting big stuff out of Yang. That double life glitch there, yeah. Gets rewarded. This is a pretty good setup. Needs to do 7,000-ish on this one. How consistent his 7,000 plus power punches are. And that Edge on RydiaCaller side doing 2,700 on the Ninja Sword and stuff, and on 54. So also pretty good rotation. A little bit less nice than xPankraz is. He's getting constant double life glitches from his setup, which is pretty sweet. Expensive at that 600 GP per life potion that he's got going on, but getting three kill counts per rotation is really nice. Taking really good advantage of the fact that Yang gets you a nice warning when he's part of the way through his power punch. And the fact that he's at the top of the order means when you're at the correct amount of time, you're very likely to get those doubles. It makes it pretty easy to do so, a lot easier than Keen's jump, where he's left a little bit more adrift on where exactly he is in the sequence. Yeah, Rybot, indeed. xPankraz is up Dwarf Castle for a Rat Tail into a Ninja Sword that we were still out of. Otherwise, we were within a minute getting up into the MacGiants. And the hunt is on for a Baron Key. Luckily, with both runners having a pretty high-powered Yang, there's not a lot of need, and also Rydia, to contemplate how you're going to stop this grind. Because we've got the soft spell and we've got Thunderclaw Yang power punching for 5k or more. But when you have different party setups, especially if you're reliant heavily on poison and ogre axes, it's really important to think about how you're going to whittle down that 5,500 HP of the Searcher so you can stop fighting giants when you want to. Probably the trickiest part of these four people, I would guess. Yang finally underperforms. Only throwing 5,500 out on that power punch, assuming it was a power punch. Finally getting some slows out though, kind of nice to see, but very not required for how this team's been going so far for xPankraz. And no worries for any runner for just using all the throw rages. We've already seen the turtle who was in the change room ordeals, if I remember correctly. xPankraz's rotation has fallen off a little bit. Yang is underperforming. It's all in shambles. Kinda. But I imagine he's done with his grind pretty soon. Pankraz now getting burnt a few times, decides to save some GP and life potions. The gravy train of MacGiant doubles might be overformed for this run. We'll see if it comes back around or if he's just out. Yeah, that's a power punch. We're out. Almost out. I think Yang just got tired carrying this entire fight. At 850,000 XP later. If Rydia's got nuke, we're all good on everybody else. Got a moon to blow up and Gilder to frame for it. And a cabin. To rest our weary heads. Yeah, it was, what, 600,000? I think I saw out of there. So, not sure if went long enough to get to nuke. Yeah, not quite. Might have been just feeling like I've got to get out because of resources. I wasn't paying too close attention to that. But that could be resources, that could be just, I gotta get out of this because it's taking so long, or losing track of the counting. Definitely painful when you're relying on Nuke and Holy to be a lot of your damage, although is relying on him less than Pankraz would be. So there is time to get the girls their spells. No, definitely not a... anytime it's double white Nuke, I'm still... like, I am rusty enough that I'm still a little bit like, something goes wrong, this could go bad. I'd be fine with it in a full reflect, I'm pretty sure, but with hero agility and stuff, a little hinky, even though I think hero probably makes it actually better. Get your silk webs out. Since it makes the impact of the spell delay on white a little bit less important. I keep muting myself to cough and then not unmuting myself to not cough. But love the reset from Pankraz there, and also love his dedication to doing fights with as few actions as possible. Interesting to see who, if anyone, he lifes up here. We ain't lifing nobody. We'll move that pan up a little bit. All these people got experience in the grind. They don't need an extra any extra. We have important menu options to do. Yeah, and I agree with that. Rybon, a pan chase could be very important because, like, forage is fine, but if pan has Baron Key, that could be everything. Without having to do any other fights. But Pankraz could probably easily chase Pan and it'd be fine. Fey March is on the table too at this point. So you'd be walking into 4 checks back on the blue planet versus 1 here. So you're pretty likely to get some goods there. But it is hard to say no to. I never have to come back here again. It is indeed 6 of 8. So Pankraz getting a Baron Key is golden. Pankraz not getting a Baron Key needs to get a bunch of stuff. Hey, Quake is good here. Yeah, RydiaCaller getting a good extra grind out of us, though. Will definitely make up all of the XP missed out on for finishing out the Giant, or finishing out the MacGiant grind. Womp womp. Moon sends you a full moon. Moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. That's a reset. We're gonna do pan stuff first. We do forge first because we got it, I guess. Clear out that inventory, and we can do pan. Do we see Pankraz look at the shop at all? 80-20 says no. And this is just a very, very long orb fight for RydiaCaller. Don't love to see Edge still having that Thunderclaw on. Oh, he does look at the shop. Buys nothing. I'm slightly curious about what he was looking for there. I don't think it really is. He's gonna do Reflected Z. I guess. There just aren't that many fights left where you really... where I would think that the time it would take to buy Bacchus and then use it is really that big of a deal. Indeed, thank you. Yeah, RydiaCaller got all the levels now. No worries about that. And bonk yields. Samurai bow. Thanks, game. Yeah, fortunately for RydiaCaller, Val here in Tornado form, just not going to do anything. A good call to feel like, hey, this is going to take a long time, probably not valuable, I'm going to reset. I do like that call. Hey, that's a sealed cave key. It's nothing we need on its own, but it's going to do something for us. Oh, not tower key. And this Dark Knight's Hustle fight, definitely a place where Pankraz, knowing the numbers and how much he can do, helped out a bunch. RydiaCaller threw a tier 3 on Yang, which was very unnecessary because Yang got 1400 from it and it has 2587 left. An action that didn't need to be taken, could have maybe thrown it on Edge instead and had Edge live and get levels, or somebody else. Just wanted, like, it's a small thing. But if you take actions, you want to make them count. Yeah, indeed, have a good night. And thanks for watching. So those little things, that not taking 4 seconds in the battle for someone to throw a Cure 3 potion that doesn't do anything, or throw a life potion at someone that doesn't need XP. Those add up a lot, and some of those can turn something from a tie into a win if you don't do it, and if you do it enough, you're saving 20-30 seconds to seed, or longer, more, as you build it up more and more and more. RydiaCaller was doing some pausing stuff earlier. That's a Baron key. Be in go mode now for Pankraz. Pan Chasers Rejoice. But there wasn't much left. They pretty much had to be Baron key directly or tower to Baron. Like, they're just, like, the options didn't exist. We had to be on the critical path. Some pre-Zeroma's rearranging so that Rosa has more than 28 agility, or 28 at least, but not too much more than that. Agility by giving her the ninja hat. And then we see bending skills to get to warp as fast as possible. RydiaCaller chasing behind. Won't be too far off. But unfortunately is just chasing at this point, and there's no room to give here. Pankraz has the lead, has the levels, has the go mode in hand. There's no question about going to the Feymarch and fighting either of the bosses that are there. That's true, Feymarch bosses also exist. You didn't have to just chase the thing. Yeah, this is a really good race for RydiaCaller. Like, people knowing the community would come into this and be like, Pankraz is the favorite to win this race. Anything can always happen, but definitely would have been favored. And in what turned out to be pretty much of a straight line through of a race, RydiaCaller holding steady. Pankraz took a few extra boxes that maybe wouldn't normally, to make sure that he had levels for the hook route, and to make sure that he didn't miss something big, I think. Could be some of those, like, those could have been very defensive boxes to not shoot himself in the foot, and RydiaCaller did a great job of going with a little bit of a heavier lead foot on the gas to get underground sooner. And there's definitely some things that we talked about, like the not doing any party actions during King Queen that saved Pankraz like almost 2 minutes, or RydiaCaller, who's our people and was doing a lot of attacking. Can clean up pretty easily and save decent amounts of, pretty significant amounts of time. And yeah, I agree. brackets is a definite possibility. I admit I've not seen much of her play, so I had no idea where exactly to slot her. Kind of a rough category. Sheila just absolutely forcing a glass hat on both our runners. Neither of them wanted it the first time, but they're going to take it. Gosh darn it. Pogo here at the Odin spot is not like the best place, but it's not an awful place at this point. No place at these levels is truly awful. We have 2 white mages for Pogo. We've got plenty of stuff to throw down here. A very quick nope rope. And we get a tower key. Hooray! I mean, it's just impossible to tell. But yeah, Baron Key, hard required in this race. With it gating 2 objective on its own and a 3rd there. There's RydiaCaller's pickup of the Baron Key. D-Lunars are gonna be delicious, and we're delighted to kill them. And Sid tries to join the party. Sid is going to be rejected from joining the party. Bye, Sid. Just pre-mark that Liberate Baron Castle and pre-give Pankraz a crystal. I mean, I just think it's like he did everything but the Fame March and stuff he's not going to do post getting objectives. So that's a lot of it. Being forced into Hook, being forced into Harp, into Zot. To get your Darkness Crystal, starting Rosa Rydia, getting Porm, Eddie, and Yang as the rest of your characters to start the scene. Is definitely a recipe for not moving as fast as you want to. Inven, at some point, probably in the next few days, I will have the Jank stream available for anyone to use. This is its first go around, so and it's working out pretty well. I still have to actually add the hero as a thing itself on the webpage, and have to not hard code the values for the runners and the objectives, and let you be able to choose them. But that shouldn't take too long. RydiaCaller will just mark off those. and give RydiaCaller the forage objective. And we have one final boss, as RydiaCaller picks up some Perseus areas. We have the Zemus, who's going to change, and we're going to beat him up. And RydiaCaller just the full Baron go behind. Pretty solid run. Well, good for you, invented his turtles all the way down. In our hearts. Because, yeah, it's been so long since I played 10, but... we just throw in spells, maybe throw in swords. Who knows? Probably holding that Avenger to dart for the very end, I would guess, if it's Edge's turn. RydiaCaller through the guards who gave us our starting item. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't very exciting. Is opting to do the Baron, normal Baron throne first. Slightly less efficient, because you're going to have to do a little bit of rewalking. That you wouldn't have to do if you did the basement, but if you're at all worried about what's in the basement, better just to be safe. And that is a GG's Pankraz with an official race pot time of 1:48:49. And Castle is pre-liberated for RydiaCaller. Then this will be a watch-only restream unless one or both of the runners comes in after they have finished and decides to start chatting in chat, but there won't be any interviews or anything. Very low impact for them on my unofficial restreams. You just gotta play the game and let me do a little bit of cropping and stuff earlier. Bandana. RydiaCaller, just an Ogopogo and a Z fight away from joining Pankraz in the done category. Hopefully this fight does not go too poorly. Coming in only partially healed. I admit I do not often track bosses enough to actually be paying attention. Definitely something to think about as you're walking down to the spot of who could it be, and start going back over the seed if you don't actually keep track of bosses on a boss tracker. And then maybe you realize you haven't fought Ogopogo yet, and you should probably heal to full. Anytime you do that, it of course is going to be something like Water Hag. Direct White is a chance, it's definitely a choice, but I possibly have done enough damage. Nope. Yeah, it's an important skill to do counting on who is left. Get that elixir off on somebody. Too late. This is a little bit of a struggle bus. I don't remember if RydiaCaller made a save. Good miss on Rosa. Yeah, and if you want to, Pankraz, feel free to type out any thoughts you have about the seed that you'd like to share with the people. But I won't be directing any questions your way. It's entirely up to you. Asura fails to heal people, but maybe we're not ready for a wave? Alright, this feels better. Is this a double wave or a single? It's a double. Rip multiple people. But the Cure 4 is going to help. That's very fair. No thoughts head empty. The seed was pretty straight line overall. Just forcing so many things to be behind the Baron key that you just had to find a darkness key and a darkness crystal and then find your Baron key done. RydiaCaller is 3. I hope you enjoy the game, General Gormal. It's been a lot of fun. I've been playing it since like 2018? 2019? I think somewhere 2018. It's been a blast. You know, the Discord is a warm and welcoming place for the community, and feel free to ask any questions if you have any there. We got plenty of guides on the wiki and stuff to help learn and refresh memory and whatnot. Yeah, I think I watched races. I didn't race for like a full year when I was playing on the side and just watching a lot of races and reading the Discord and stuff. So we got a parking violation. We got a red airship in the landing zone in Troya. We're gonna have to walk. xPankraz having pre-opened the treasury during the race, but not actually gone in, is now going to treat us with a rehash of what was in the treasury. And I would recommend that even when you start doing time, don't worry about your time, just like note it. It's information for it. Maybe keep track of it a little bit just to see how you improve, but don't stress. There is so much to learn. A lot of people like to do a full clear, open all the boxes, talk to all the people for the first couple of seeds. For as much as we like having heart music, we do have Zemus music to switch to. So we're switching to that. I think I'd really like some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I see Cinnamon's back on the screen. Maybe like a good cinnamon apple tart or something. Something very cinnamony. RydiaCaller finally deciding to unload all of the things off the use, not passing them. And all the objectives are done. They need to be done. I've caught up on bookkeeping. We're now going to throw darts. We're going to throw... we're going hybrid since we're zerking somebody. Should end up being mostly safe. Depending on how the damage falls, it could be pretty fast. It's going to be really dependent on if you can get a kill with reflex before direct damage does a tip. And of course, if the direct damage does a kill, it doesn't tip, which it kills. Of course, it's running around delay. They are chatting in the race room a little bit. And xPankraz talking in the race room a little bit about his disappointment with Yang and his low rolling after 4 good punches, 3 in a row. Just absolutely abysmal. It's a good face though for RydiaCaller there. Love to see 5k heals on everyone through any walls. The ball fell down, and then so did Rydia. What you gonna do? It wasn't garbage, it was just a slow, methodical start. Pokrat was required, had to do Magnus into Zot for Darkness. Feymarch not required at all. None of the bosses were really tough. But not a great team to start, not a lot of damage early. So just very slow and methodical. But the seed gave you what you needed, you didn't have to go out of your way for stuff. Should be coming near the end here, and as we were talking about earlier, definitely a good run for RydiaCaller. This is closer than the time difference between the two of them really looks. It'll end up being somewhere about 15 minutes-ish. Since we just saw Medio, this is pretty much done between the two of them. And there was an extra long CPU grind in the ribbon room for RydiaCaller. There was not healing up before going into the barren basement when Ogopogo was still on the table and was actually there. That led to a very long fight there. And there were a couple other small things that just added up time, but overall, like, those are things that you can fix very quickly in terms of and get right sooner than some other things. So RydiaCaller definitely on the threshold of doing good stuff. This is a very solid run. And that's a crack boom for RydiaCaller. We are done with the seed. Official time is 2:03:45. GG's to RydiaCaller and GG's to xPankraz. It was a good race. Hopefully that, if you have an interest in watching it back, that you do so. And thank you all for joining, coming out and chatting and watching along with me. Should do some more of these throughout time. This one happened to work out pretty well for me because it was late at night, but the people that I had asked or planned to ask for help out with comms or something were busy doing other stuff or had already done other things during the day, so I didn't want to ask them to do a second thing. But hope everyone had fun. I know I did. Thanks for all for coming out and watching and hanging out. And see what's on the docket for tomorrow. Nothing's published officially. Let's look at the events page. For Thursday, Lord Goober and Cubs Rule at 4 p.m. Eastern. Arctic Panda and Durand at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also Elvin Sorrow and McBain at 7 p.m. Eastern. And at 10 o'clock Eastern is Inben versus Talkrand. I'm sure that some of those will be restreamed on the FE channels, 1 and 2. But I do not know which or any of them, or how many, because that is not published to the general information section. But yeah, be on the lookout tomorrow on the FE channels for more free enterprise racing. Thanks everybody, and have a good night.